up, everybody? Gorilla Gang 3421 podcast here. I am the Vanilla Gorilla. This is
the one man gang.
Today, rocking again the double threes. Papiro, landscaping, hit them up in D. Today, bunch of different topics. We'll probably go off topic a little bit. Obviously, any podcast, every podcast you hear is going to have probably these subjects: coronavirus, Jordan documentary. I have an interesting story about how I tried out for Tough Enough way back in the day. I think it was 1992 or something like that. I can't believe I never told him about.
Explain what Tough Enough is.
So Tough Enough is like they did like an average Joe tryout. Like they would take average Joes and they would become WWF superstars at the time. That was the WWE. And I, in my basement, shirt off, made a Tough Enough promo. So what you had to do, you had to fill out the application, and then you had to submit a video promo, like you would if you were getting interviewed about to go out to the ring. No, well, like if you were about to go out to the ring, like
you
had to cut a promo. Yeah,
you
had to cut a promo on somebody, and it was like a fictional person or whatever. So, yeah, I tried out for Tough Enough. I didn't make it, but I was in another movie, so it's all right. I was in a movie that was.
While we're on that subject too, I just want to mention for anybody who's a wrestling fan, and you can mention who you thought might have been, but some of the best promo people, in my opinion, when I was coming up was Macho Man Randy Savage. Jake the Snake was really good at it. Ric Flair was amazing at it, in my opinion. I like Nikita Koloff's promos because of the fake Russian. For years, honestly.
Believe he was Russian?
Yeah, and he's from Minnesota. And when I found out, I was kind of, my childhood got ruined by that.
Yeah.
But I think I can speak for me.
Nikita Koloff and Magnum TA were some of the best matches until he got in that car accident.
Magnum TA was a beast. But
until he got in that car accident.
Nikita, Koloff, Bill Goldberg, Ric Flair, probably my favorite wrestlers. Yeah, I was on that Bill Goldberg kick.
But I love Goldberg too, but I just don't think he was the greatest promo.
Oh, no. I'm not talking about promo. I'm talking about wrestlers in general.
So here are my promos.
Favorites.
Dusty Rhodes.
Yep, I agree.
Stone Cold, obviously.
Yep, he was good at promos. The Rock. I forgot to mention him.
As a group, DX, but their promos were more in ring.
Yeah, they were hilarious.
In ring, their promos were great. Mm-hmm. And then,
well, except for the tag team, what was it, Road Dogg and the other guy.
But they were good as long as they were with everybody else. That's like X-Pac wasn't good by himself, but he was good when he was intertwined in the group.
I think that's because X-Pac doesn't know how to be anybody but Sean Waltman. I think that was the problem. He just actually got arrested for something. He's from Chester. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, he lived there at one point.
Speaking of, here's something that we can talk about. It's interesting. What's up, Tori? Jennifer? Yeah, so it's interesting. Sonny just got out of jail for her DIY or something crazy like that. Started OnlyFans. Well, so I wanted to talk about that for a minute when we talk about coronavirus, about how many OnlyFans have came through because of coronavirus, and chicks are making a shit ton of money on OnlyFans.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll say this. A lot of times we can be judgmental, especially fellas on the females for doing something like that. I would say at this time, if you're taking care of your child, go ahead and get that money. You know what I mean? Like, we can be judgmental all we want, but there's people out of work trying to make money, so I'm not judging her for that. But did you know that Sonny was pretty much the whore of the WWF before? Okay. Yeah. So apparently she slept with Sean and Brett, and that's where their feud really started. Chris Candido, she was dating for a long time. She consistently. Married, right? I don't know if they were married, but she consistently.
Sorry about that. No, I think that they were married.
Cheated on him.
Yeah, I think they were married.
She slept with who did she say for 7 hours?
Nash.
No, Dolph. Well, I didn't know about Nash. Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, apparently she said it was for 7 hours.
No, I literally watched her on get interviewed and talk about it.
Yeah, she has no shame in her game.
She has 2 two porns, I think, out.
Yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah.
But they're like really like she's older. She's got like a face
Yeah, she's
swollen.
gained weight too.
Well, it's not. It's not even that she gained weight. Her face is swollen just from alcohol. Like you know, if you drink a lot of alcohol, alcohol abuse, it just swells your face. Her face is like super swollen, and she's like late 40s, and obviously with alcohol abuse, she's obviously not taking care of herself, so she does not look that great. Obviously, she doesn't look like walking the road warriors to the ring good,
right,
you know.
Right, which I hated that second incarnation of the Legion.
Yeah, I only liked them when they were riding the bikes. I didn't like the puppet so much, but then the road warriors didn't like the puppet either. I saw an interview where they purposely lost that damn puppet at the airport.
See,
Paul Ellering was pissed.
I like the WCW NWA Crockett Promotions Road Warriors. When they went to the WWF, for me,
This dude, Lewis, we ain't judging anybody. We're saying they should have an OnlyFans.
Yeah, we were actually being supportive of them making money to take care of their family.
Do you? That hustle is the shit.
We are in a time where you have to do what you have to do.
Well, yeah, Tori, like that's
fine if you.
It's all for people that if that's your only avenue, right? Like if that's what you have to do, you know.
It's better than robbing and stealing,
right?
You know.
Yeah, no judgment. Like you do it. I know you well enough to know that that's just not what you need to do. You can make money without all that.
Yeah.
You good.
There's people who have options, people who don't, you know. And right now, the most important.
And then also, you want to work. That's a different. Like, there's a lot of those women that are doing OnlyFans that's just what they want to do.
Right.
Get naked. And to me, from what I've heard, a lot of them are not scams, but what they do is they get you to subscribe. And then the pictures, once you subscribe to even see the girl, are locked. And you have to tip them to unlock them. So all you're doing is really getting Instagram pictures by paying the subscription. So, hey, that's cool. I don't knock your hustle if that's what you want to do. And they obviously are making like tons of money. Like I've seen Sonny's making over $100,000 a year just doing that.
Yeah. And once again, shout out to people taking care of their families at this time. Shout out to people who are essential workers who, you know, are putting themselves at risk every day going to work, you know. Not that I'm trying to toot my own horn, but I'm involved in that. You know, I have to, you know, be around people. Luckily, it's not large crowds or anything like that, but still the risk is pretty much everywhere. So, you know, shout out to y'all. Keep taking care of your family.
And I'll say it again. I am an essential worker, but I don't feel essential. I've worked at home for the last almost 5 years. Nothing has changed for me. I do feel for people that are out there. I have been working, so I try to support places like D&H, which is a small business, not the big fast food chains, but try to go out and support those places that just to keep them in business. And I know my little bit of money probably helps, but it doesn't necessarily make them stay in business. But I'm going to support them because I think it's important. I think.
But that's important all the time too.
I think we're thinking short term. Everybody needs to get back to work. Everybody this and that. I don't think we're thinking about the ramifications of this long term. Like when it's over, what are gyms going to look like that have been closed for months? What are businesses that rely on alcohol and happy hour to survive going to look like? Of course, shopping. Grocery stores are going to be fine, but what are all these businesses going to look like long term when all this is over? Like that's to me is what's a little bit scary to me. Like, how do we get back so that these places are able to function?
Yeah, how do we get back to normalcy? You know,
or at least what has been our normal. But yeah, that concerns me. So I think that's going to be troubling. I don't want to be like pressing the alarm button and making everybody, you know, fearful or whatever. But I think, you know, getting everybody back to work, getting everybody back in the group, getting everybody, able to make money. I think there's this stupid fucking political fight going on right now where Democrats don't want to necessarily open. Republicans want things to open, and what they've seen is the Republican states that open up have a dramatic rise in cases. Like, it's just common sense.
And there's a bunch of protesting going on too in different states. I heard Michigan had one in Salisbury, my wife's hometown.
Yeah, downstate. They just had one downstate at the state capitol.
Listen,
You got people wearing masks, people not wearing masks, protesting about opening up. If you so concerned with opening up the government, why are you wearing a mask? What you afraid of? I want to go to the beach. Man, go to the beach
you
then.
can have the beach. You can
Go to the
have
beach.
the beach.
Oh, they're canceling everything. You know what? I wanted to spend the summer at the Y with my little girl. But you know what? I'd rather her be alive.
Barbecues in your backyard. Be happy with that for right now. I mean, we have to get better.
You're right, Tori. We will have a new normal. I think it's going to be a new normal. I don't think that we're going to... I don't think we'll go back to not social distancing. That's just, I don't think people will not wear gloves when they pump gas anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe the masks probably won't be as much, but I guarantee you a year from now, we'll still see people wearing masks.
Well,
You got to remember 20 years ago, Michael Jackson was wearing a mask everywhere.
yeah, but let me give you this. And we can segue into this because we kind of had the conversation beforehand. Went to Walmart yesterday. Me and my wife are masked up. There's a lady comes out there, wasn't wearing a mask. Now, she was really probably the only person I saw. But I'm like, okay, if this is a state thing and it's a law or whatever you want to call it, why is Walmart not completely enforcing this thing? They got people outside counting people as they're coming in. I remember the first time I went to Walmart and you had to wear a mask in Maryland. The guy was like to somebody, he was like, I'm sorry, sir, you can't come in without a mask. They
I saw
had you
that.
washing your hands as you came in or, sanitizing your hands. And here's a big trend too that looks weird to me. There's people wearing masks but will bring it under their nose.
Correct.
Which you might as well not even be wearing a mask. Because that's...
Yeah, just your nose hairs alone catch a lot of stuff. Like, that's just like almost like a bacteria catcher. Like, that's the purpose of nose hairs, is to catch that stuff as it comes in.
Perfect
It's a
example.
filter. Your nose hairs are a filter.
I tore some walls down in the basement. There was some mildew that happened because there was a water overflow. So tore down the drywall. Me and my buddy, when we come upstairs, we got black stuff in our nose, So this stuff, listen.
Goes in and you don't know it.
You don't know where this stuff is. It's invisible. And you're walking around cavalier without it covering the mask, first of all, is designed to cover your nose and your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your nose and your mouth covered. If you can wear gloves, wear gloves. Wash your hands constantly.
I think, so here's, I'll play devil's advocate here and I'll say, I get kind of the rationalization behind it. The masks are to prevent you from giving it,
right.
and you don't think necessarily that through your nose, but you do breathe through your nose. So I kind of get half of the rationalization of it, but it's better just to be safe than sorry. I mean, just cover your friggin' nose. It's people like I completely have trouble breathing in a mask, so I am one of those people that give a huge shout out to any medical person or construction person that has to wear that thing for 8-hour, 5-hour, 10-hour shift. Yo, my hat's off to you, because
It is rough.
20 minutes in a grocery store and it bothers the shit out of me.
I want to get out of it every time. You understand? But here's the problem. So people are complaining about their lives being changed or whatever. This is...
And you shit to complain about when you're dead, though.
Right. This is an extreme. Sometimes when extremes happen, you have to be uncomfortable. If it's going to save your life or keep you from spreading this thing, it's worth it to be uncomfortable. When you get home, when you get in your car, take the mask off.
And I get like the counter argument that, oh, it's 98%, everybody survives. But do you really, again, go back,
that 2%.
do you want to be in that 2%? Right. Like, you could have everybody that's watching on Facebook Live, and I don't mean to be whatever, but every one of us could have some type of ailment that we don't even know about, that, only a full body scan or a MRI, CAT scan, whatever, can see something going on internally with us, and we don't know. You don't know until like the symptoms hit to where it's really bad. So we could have I could have an underlying kidney condition. My kidneys hurt all the time because I know I'm susceptible to kidney stones. That could seriously fuck me up if I were to catch. So it's better to be safe than sorry. I yes, Tamika. I definitely, me and Selena both wear masks. And Tori's comment is, folks driving around with the mask on. So I do understand that as well. So here's what I'll say about people driving with the mask on. It's probably, I'm going to assume that it's people that are going somewhere where they're going to have to put the mask on, and instead of putting it on there, they're just like, whatever, I'll just drive with it on. Or it's people coming back. But I think that's more of if people are doing it because they think it protects them, I think it's stupid to have the mask on when you leave a place, because then you're just carrying the germs with you. That's just stupid. But if you're putting the mask on before you go somewhere just because you don't want to have to put it on in the parking lot, put it on as you're walking to the store, I get it. That's understandable. But yeah, you're right, Tamika. Like, unfortunately, the problem is with a lot of this, you can get self-made masks, but one of the more important things is hand sanitizer, and you just can't get hand sanitizer anymore. So going in and out of a store, if the store don't have hand sanitizer available, you're kind of stuck, and then you have to, obviously Lysol or bleach when you get home. But I think we're failing, and this is not even something I would blame on Trump necessarily. There's a lot that I would blame on him, but this isn't something that I would blame on him, that we don't have enough hand sanitizer in ready availability. I think we should all have hand sanitizer available to us. Like, buy the case. Lysol wipes. Buy the case. Like,
you got jerks out there. And I think they've slowed it down where you can only buy, But you had jerks out there in the beginning buying stuff, trying to profit off of people's, I'm going to use, for lack of a better term, pain. You know what I mean? Oh, well, I got it all. And for those who couldn't return it and couldn't sell it, I'm glad that happened to y'all. Hopefully y'all learned a lesson.
But they're not even in a store. Like, you can't go to a store now and try to find Lysol wipes.
Well, if you go there today, if you know the day the truck
restocking,
comes, and I know this one store. I'm not going to tell you where it is because I still need some Lysol wipes. But on Thursday,
I have a lot. Thankfully.
Is there? Oh, okay. On Thursday is their day to restock everything. I don't know why it's not showing.
Scott, we're gonna talk about Jordans here soon, bro.
It's not showing me the people showing up on my live, but
it does it every now and then.
I usually like to introduce everybody coming on the live and thank y'all for coming on. And real quick, before we move into something else, we have a special treat for y'all at the end of the podcast.
So at the end of the podcast, this is so I watched this guy Brian Ames. We can link him his below. Literally tries like all different types of hot sauce. There's toe of Satan challenge. That is some hot, like something or other. But he does all types of hot sauces, reviews, extracts, all that stuff. So we are going to both have a little bit on a spoonful of Thor's Hammer.
Now,
which is one of the hottest hot sauces. Not extracts, but one of the hottest hot sauces.
Now, if you were here last week and you tuned
So we're going to do that at the very end. So stay tuned if you want to see us both.
We had a piece of jerk chicken with Thor's Hammer on it. He
just
prepared it, so I didn't see how much was in there.
It was just a little bit.
I will say,
not even a teaspoon.
Got you.
I was a little scared.
I will say I really enjoyed the jerk chicken. It did get a little spicy towards the end. Not that bad, but we also ate spicy ramen, so I don't know how much of that was the two combining together. But I think we will survive this challenge. I think it'll be a lot easier than the bomb insanity.
But the bomb insanity is an extract.
Right.
So extracts are completely different from what I learned over just starting to do this hot sauce stuff. Extracts and hot sauce, they may seem the same, they're in the same bottle, but they're way different. Like, even if an extract has a certain Scoville unit, which is how hot they are compared to a jalapeno, it doesn't mean that it's that hot. It means it's hotter, like, which is weird.
Oh, and real quick, it's a little off subject, but I'm wondering if somebody out there can help me. There was this movie I saw. I'm sorry, it's completely off topic. There was a movie I saw years ago, okay? And at one point I was real big into Asian cinema. Karate movies, probably mostly, but Asian cinema in general. There was a movie I saw where they had a Brazilian guy as the lead in this Asian movie, okay? They were doing capoeira and stuff in the movie too. I'm not sure where the movie took place. It's directed by a famous director named Takashi Mike, I believe, if I'm pronouncing it right, and he made a movie called Itchy the Killer. I'm sure a lot of people heard. You've never heard of Itchy the Killer? Very sick movie or whatever. The movie was called Children of Lost Souls. Or excuse me, City of Lost Souls. Okay? If anybody knows where I can find that movie to purchase it, because I went on Prime, I went everywhere you could do on the Fire Stick, and I couldn't find
eBay?
the movie. Huh?
eBay?
I didn't try eBay. But
I would say eBay.
I'm gonna check eBay, but if anybody knows another angle where I might be able to find that movie, either comment on the live, or if you're watching on YouTube, please comment. Once again, if you just do the live, also please subscribe, like.
Yeah, you don't have to rewatch it, but
Right.
I mean, just click on it. It'll register as a view, and then if you like and subscribe, also, like, we have more than just our podcast on the YouTube channel, Marks. If y'all don't know the One Man Gang, the One Man Gang's got a plethora of his raps on there. I have made some videos where I was eating hot wings myself. Me and Selena have made some videos. So if you want to see me and my amazing daughter doing some eating reviews, I think we did Taco Bell. We did cheesesteak. We did ramen. She thinks she's a YouTube star, so you can. She loves seeing herself on TV. So please like and subscribe.
Hey, beautiful. My wife is.
Hey, Christine.
Me and my wife just celebrated our 12-year wedding anniversary.
What's up, Melissa? Yeah, so congratulations, Christine. I don't know how you do it, but
I don't know how she does it either, but she's a saint for doing it. So.
So yeah, like and subscribe on the YouTube. We'll put the link on both of our Facebooks when this is over. It helps us out, man. We're trying to become some old head YouTube stars here, and it's a process. But we definitely enjoy doing the podcast. If none of you know, or this is the first time watching, me and him used to do this all the time. Just like sit over here on my couch over here and just literally just shoot the shit and just talk. And we would literally have these whole like cool conversations. We would talk about old cartoons, old toys. We would talk about this and that, and we're like, damn, this is like having a podcast, but we're not filming it.
Right.
So we decided to film it, and we love everybody that tunes in. Trust me. Yeah. But we would do this regardless.
Right.
This is just a chance for me and him to get together. We talk. We have similar views. We have opposing views. The Giants suck. The Giants don't suck.
I ain't even gonna respond to that. Matter of fact, I think that's my brother Jesse looking on. He's a Giants fan too. So
yeah,
I think that's him. Maybe the picture's too small.
Yes, we did. So yeah, we've done some fun things, eating hot wings. This one, I don't know if you guys can hear. My daughter's upstairs right now singing Hamilton.
That's my buddy James. James, what's going on, bro?
I don't know if you can hear it. She's literally upstairs singing Hamilton. She loves Hamilton.
I don't even know what Hamilton is.
Hamilton is a play by Lin-Manuel Ferreira, I think. And it's on Broadway. It's like one of the most popular plays ever of all time. She absolutely loves the soundtrack now, and trust me, she sang it all night last night. So, and it's about Alexander Hamilton, who was on the $10 bill and whatever. So it's actually a history lesson.
Okay.
Rap play.
Rap play.
Yes.
Okay, I'm all for it now.
And I'm going to have to yell and say, Selena, keep it down, please. Okay. You sound great, though. Too cute. But yeah. So he literally. So apparently he went to the White House and it was like a poet night, and he told Obama about it, and did some of the song from it, and it's kind of like a rap. And then now it's like one of the biggest plays of all time.
Wow.
So.
Wow. We were sliding into something. Sidetrack.
Well, we went coronavirus. We can slide into Jordan documentary.
Which has been entertaining thus far. Unfortunately, I did miss the last episode, but I'm going to catch it tonight.
You missed 4?
They didn't show 3 and 4?
Yeah, they showed both of them. Yeah.
Not on the same night? It was
3 and 4.
Okay, yep.
So you missed 3 and 4?
Yep.
Here's the thing I'll say about the Jordan documentary. The amount of times that I've heard Michael Jordan say, fuck. I don't know what it is. I'm not offended by bad language. But it's a little bit, shocking to hear Michael Jordan say fuck so much. Like Dennis Rodman, you expect it from.
Right.
But Michael Jordan, I'm like, damn.
Because he always portrayed
himself. I curse a lot, but I'm like, Michael Jordan curses like that?
Mike always portrayed himself in front of camera very professional.
So, I told you that I think last week that I've read some legit biographies, like Hang Time, Days and Dreams of Michael Jordan by Bob Greene, which is a great book. And then Bob Greene wrote another book when he started playing with the Birmingham Barons, and he followed them around. And Mike cusses in the book. But not to this level, where he's like, I told Phil, if he fucking goes to Vegas, we're never gonna fucking see him again. Like, I'm like, wait, what? Yo, this dude is like just hauling over curse words. And look, my cousin's on here. Daryl, you still haven't seen any of the episodes?
Well, here's a thing too. I don't know if you ever heard the Chameleonaire story.
Yes, actually, I heard it from Ari Spears.
Okay. Yeah, he wasn't saying the F word a lot, but just the way he was talking, it's kind of shocking. Like, oh, I didn't expect him to talk like that, and these are one of the things with Jordan that kind of disappointed me, because the way he treated Chameleonaire in that situation, I thought was kind of foul. At the same time, Chameleonaire did kind of approach him almost like he owed him something because he bought one of his jerseys or something like that. So please remember, when you approach somebody who's famous, that they're regular people. They owe you nothing.
And famous people don't necessarily know famous people, right?
Right.
Famous people don't owe another famous person anything.
Right. So understand that if you approach them like they owe you, I've been a fan of yours, I made you, you didn't make them, they put in the hard work themselves. That's why you brought the product, or you went to the game, or you bought the T-shirt, or what have you. Yes, it's disappointing sometimes to meet your heroes and find out your heroes might not exactly favor you the way that you thought they would.
Or just, like, you also have to understand, this dude was quite literally the most popular, most recognized person on the planet for how many years, and couldn't go anywhere. And even if you go back to his earliest videos, all the dude wanted was some privacy.
Right.
And you're an NBA superstar. That's like Hollywood. You can't be an actor. You can't, and then say, well, I want my privacy. Because you put yourself in that. You chose to do that. Yeah. We didn't choose you to do that.
Yeah.
You can't be mad at me because I want an autograph from you.
No, I get that, but at the same time, I know how people are. It's just like, think about people in a store. Sometimes people go to a store and think because they paid $14.99 for a shirt that people supposed to bend over backwards for them. Well, I bought 3 shirts from here. You should give me this, 50 cents off. Or
that's Amazon to a T, man. I swear. I can't tell how many times that people don't get what they want when they want, and then they want it for free.
And here's another thing.
Come on, man.
Here's another thing.
That's not the way the world works.
If you got a homeboy who has a business, a small business, I mean, I guess if he has a huge business or whatever, he's doing real well, maybe you can look at it differently. But if you have a homeboy that has a small business and he's charging $50 for his product, don't go to him and ask him, can he give it to you for 30? Pay the $50. This is how the business takes off. We sometimes get in this habit of thinking, oh, well, he's going to hook me up. No, you are getting a product. You're trying to support their business. Otherwise, you wouldn't go there and buy it. Pay what it costs.
I can tell you right now. Let me speak on a couple of that.
Yeah.
My boy Eddie that sells these shirts, professional bodybuilder, self-sponsored. He sells these shirts. They're $30. Normally, I wouldn't pay $30 for a T-shirt,
right.
but that's my boy. I'm gonna give him $30.
Right.
I have this black shirt right now. Hit me up if you want. Yo, he's selling more shirts. The orders, I think, stop tomorrow, maybe. Yo, I'm getting ready to buy a green shirt, and I hate fucking green. But I'm getting ready to go cash app this dude $30 for another one of these 33 shirts. And I'll probably give it to this dude so we can match and just, we can sit here. I have black on, he has green at 33 for Eddie. Because, dude's self-made professional bodybuilder from Delaware. Hard-working, busts his ass. If you check out his YouTube, Steady 33, I think is his YouTube. The dude is real. He's on his live all the time. Supports small businesses. Does landscaping. Came over, cut my grass the other day when I couldn't find nobody. You couldn't ask for a better dude. But, that's my boy, man. I don't care that I already have a shirt.
Yeah.
And then, my other boy had a shop, car shop downstate, and man, everybody wanted discount. Like that's all he ever did. Yo, can you hook me up? Can you hook me up? Man, I've been this dude's best friend since we were 13 years old. I don't ask for no discount, so shouldn't nobody be asking for a discount.
Right.
If anybody deserves a discount, it's me.
Right.
I don't ask for a discount because it's his business. That's his livelihood. Like I know, I know that number one, if I bring a car to him, he's not going to run me down no scam, right? Like he going to only fix what need to be fixed. He not going to tell me I need something crazy. If I can deal with a cheap part, he'll get me the part. He'll get me the part at cost and not jack up the price on. Unfortunately, now he's in Jersey, so he not my car guy no more. But Tamika know him, Sam. But yeah, that's my boy though. Why would I try to cheat him out of his helping him out?
Right.
When I can, you know what I'm saying? If I'll just go into this real quick.
Yeah.
So when I get done working, I want to be a online personal trainer and write meal plans. Now, if you start doing that at a discount, when you start doing it, you're not going to make no money.
Right.
The people that are going to back you up, the people that are going to be your base, are going to pay you because they pay you. And I'm not going to rip anybody off ever. Like, I can tell you now, my personality is that I would feel bad charging them to begin with.
Right.
But it's going to be like a fair price. You know what I'm saying? So,
let me add another piece to that, though. When you're a small business guy and you're trying to get off, sometimes your presentation can mess things up, too. So, I remember there was this young man, I'll never forget it. I was at a Wawa, and there's people standing outside of Wawa all the time asking for different things, but this guy was actually selling something. He came over to me. He said, "How you doing, sir? My name is such and such." He was like, "I make these T-shirts." He had T-shirts on him. I forget what it was called. It stood for like Hustle Every Day and something. Aaron, what's going on, bro? Yeah, I really appreciate you right now. Just real quick story. Well, I ain't gonna tell the story, but Aaron, I appreciate you.
That was a segue like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You went from Wawa to Aaron.
Yeah, for everything you do. But going back to the Wawa.
No, Aaron's the man.
Going back to the Wawa, the young man had these T-shirts. I forget what the word was, but it stood for Hustle Every Day and something. Respect yourself or something, And his presentation, the way he came up to me was so respectful, and he seemed like, look, I'm just out here trying to make $1. I asked him how much a shirt costs. Okay, and as a rule, whenever you ask me to buy something, I'll never pull the money out in front of you. I'll go into a store, go somewhere, pull my wallet out, get the money. But I didn't have cash on me anyway. I had to go to the ATM.
Right.
So I
Which
went inside.
is most people nowadays,
Yeah.
right? Like, nobody carries cash.
Went inside, got the money, and bought the shirt. And if I was going to buy one for my son too, but he didn't have the size that would fit my son. And
That's where I get lost. There's just a quick interruption. That's where I get lost. I need at least a 4 to 5X just because of my size.
Right.
I'm a big dude. So I need 4 to 5X, and most places don't have it.
Right.
But anyway, go ahead. But otherwise, I would buy shit.
So it was the way he came up to me, his approach. It wasn't.
He's saying grind is the T-shirt, I believe.
Nah, this started with an H. I know that for sure. It might have had grind in it with one of the letters. I'm not sure, but just the way he presented himself, it wasn't that I wanted the T-shirt. T-shirt looked like crap in my opinion. It didn't look all that great. I was investing in him.
Right.
You understand? And
it's like $20-$30, like to
right.
maybe help him get started.
Yeah.
Maybe his shirts look better in the future. Who knows?
If I saw him later, just the way he approached me, I might buy another one. Just because it's the worst thing you can do is buy something from a company and then they turn around and you find out that the person who owns the company is disgusting. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you buy some clothes out of a store you never heard of, and then find the person who made the clothes is a racist. It wasn't intended for.
What was that? Tommy Hilfiger or something like that? Was like that.
They said Tommy said something like that.
Something like that.
Right, he was accused of it, and then he claimed he didn't say it on Oprah's show. But Oprah's a whole nother story anyway. So anyway, so that makes a world of a difference. It's your approach too. If you come on, hey, I got I got what I mean? Yeah, I got it. Let me pull the shirt out my sock, whatever.
I'm gonna start coughing on you.
Yeah, it's like, nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. It's all in your approach, man.
Yeah, I agree. I will admit that I don't like being approached. Like if I'm going to the grocery store, I don't care about your football team. I don't care about your cheerleading. I don't care about nothing. Look, I don't care about your Girl Scout cookies. I don't eat sugar. Leave me the hell alone. I get it.
Yo, Jack, what's going on, brother?
I get that that's something that you're
I was told by your cousin not to call you John anymore. I gotta call you Jack. So I'm sorry.
Don't have some like I purposely go out of my way to look angrier than I usually do when I'm going into a store, so they don't even bother to ask me. And I get it. I understand that it's for your kids. It's for fundraising. I get that, man. But I don't like to be made to feel pressured, I guess. And that's just me. Like I get it. Like, but again, I also have 4 kids of my own, and I always want to say, "Are you gonna help support mom?"
Right.
Like I got 3 kids that are going to be in college soon. 1 already in college. I have enough trouble dealing with what I got to deal with. I can't be supporting your kids. Like I just can't. Like I'm not made like that.
I don't mind the approach. What I don't like is when I tell you no and then you act like I offended you.
Or you ask me again when I come out. Come on, man. I just told you no. Like, like I get it. And I'll be honest. 99% are so graceful and so nice about the no. They'll say, okay, thank you. Have a nice day. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Amazing. I'm glad that it went that way. But at the same time, I guess it's just not the place for it. Like, it almost feels the same as when I'm pulling into the grocery store and the dude's like, hey, bro, is there any way you can give me like $5 for gas? My car broke down over here, and I'm just trying to get gas to go down. I'm trying to look, man. I came to the grocery store for ramen, 3 pounds of steak, and some milk. Not to contribute to your welfare fund. That's not what I came here for. It's just not. Well, leave me the fuck alone.
I gave a guy, and this kind of bothered me, man. I went into a Wawa again one morning.
Wawa's are cesspools for that shit.
Yeah. I pulled my truck on the side. I go inside, and the young man
said, they got him for a shirt in Wawa.
Oh, wow. the guy said, "Hey, excuse me, sir. That tells me I'm getting older because I get sir a lot more than excuse me, sir. You think I have $1?" I was like, "I don't have any cash on me." Well, when I went in to pay for my stuff, I saw I did have $2 in my wallet. So I went back and I gave the young man $2. Cam, this guy took it. He had a bag of tea when he was outside from Wawa. Took $2, walked inside. I watched him, pants hanging off his ass. I wanted to kick him in his ass. Stole something from the store and walked out. I watched him the whole time.